We are here to resolve matters, not by matters. If any matter that you are dealing with is going to be resolved by similar matter like that, it will further strengthen the other matter which has been troubling us. If we become the victim of the circumstances, of course, no matter could be resolved that must be resolved through this human body. We should not be under the impression that whatever we do in life, at the end of it, we will get moksha or salvation. If you further amplify your likings and dispositions which has bound you to act in a certain way, then you will be lowering yourself and imbibing much more demeaning traits, further going on to become a lower version of yourself, which is so against being a human. The only option is what we could do to make best use of what it is, and that requires only one thing: to do what is needed. Human life is the most sacrosanct. It is the wildest life ever, because there is no instinct that could drive us to do a specific thing in a specific way. We have absolute free will to do just the way we would like to do things. And that's massive empowerment. We can just do whatever we want to do at any point in time. Human being can do everything with what they have been given. They don't have to be in tune with the nature. If they could, that would be great, but they don't have to be. That's also a power to tap into something which is beyond them. That signifies that they can go beyond what has been given to them through this only. So what we have is absolute privilege. Being a human, just being a human being, has all the possibilities. That's why we see so many examples of success, from rags to riches story, from absolute poverty to opulence of life, irrespective of the caste, creed, color, nationality that we come from. But that is common among all human beings, without any discrimination. So here what is to be understood is we are here to resolve matters, not by matters. If any matter that you are dealing with is going to be resolved by similar matter like that, it will further strengthen the other matter which has been troubling us. This is point to be noted. This is the first thing. And the second thing is that if we become the victim of the circumstances, of course, no matter could be resolved that must be resolved through this human body. And thirdly, the opportunity that is with the circumstances and the people is not utilized most judiciously. And because of these reasons, the very reasons why you could become a most ideal form of worship, or a scattered piece on which people just walk on, even all species walk on. So that resilience and the tenacity to endure that level of pain do come from certain level of understanding. So the glorification of life comes from just one thing: to do what is needed to resolve all that matters in this life through this body. Because if you don't understand this will carry forward. We should not be under the impression that whatever we do in life, at the end of it, we will get moksha or salvation. No. A demon cannot turn into an angel just because the body drops. The body is buried or cremated. This is the body, but the traits are carried forward to our lives. And it will have much more nasty form than in this life. So in this life, you have the privilege to dissolve all there is. And that is huge. That's why human life is sacrosanct. Because if you further strengthen, if you further amplify your likings and dispositions, which has bound you to act in a certain way, then you will be lowering yourself and imbibing much more demeaning traits, further going on to become a lower version of yourself, which is so against being a human. And that's the reason why the life of other species are given, because now they are bound by, extinct by the nature. They have to do certain things. It's a bhog yoni. They don't have willpower. A donkey cannot make an aircraft, nor a horse. A horse cannot make an aircraft. A mobile phone, a device with which you may be watching this video. So the point here is, you have the free will. That's why it is needed to do what is needed, so that you dissolve all there is. You have the opportunity in this life only, being a human. No matter what has happened to you, you cannot make sense out of it. It doesn't mean that it is what you think it is. Absolutely not. It could have a greater significance than what you think it is. And it is. There is a greater significance to what has happened to you, because it has happened for you, because it was a doing of yours. Now it has come in this form. And the more you lampoon it or be regretful of it, the further it strengthens its root and carries forward to your next life in a worse situation, in much more nasty outlook. So in this life, it is prime responsibility of ours to make best use of what has been given to the family that we are born into. That's why it's very important that we should never complain about the family that we are born into. Because in the world today, kids complain about their parents and everything. Okay, situation could be like that. That could provoke that kind of complaint. But that would not resolve the matter. Why were you born there, not the other person? Then you can say, oh, I'm so bad. But that will not resolve the matter either. So being regretful is also not the option. The only option is what we could do to make best use of what it is. And that requires only one thing: to do what is needed. And if we could just do what is needed at each point in time, that's the glory of human life. Our life will be celebrated beyond our imagination, without wanting it, of course, without ever having desire for it, of course. It will just happen. So the only thing that is important to realize is your attitude, your own orientation, your own behavior of what it is. If you have, how you are processing it. If you do not have, how you are processing it. Either way, if you do just what is needed, life will be just blissful.